All right, today I'd like to welcome Jesse from Fluff and Fetch Dog Grooming to join me for a quick conversation about some of the, great results that she's had with working alongside me and me assisting. To begin with, Jesse, if you could just give me a little quick rundown as far as, what kind of, where are you located and, what services are you currently offering?
Um, Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. Um, we are located in Stanton, Virginia, just outside of Harrisonburg and Charlottesville, for those of you that are familiar.
Mm.
Um, we are a small grooming salon. That's all we offer. We offer a full range of grooming services. Um, and it's just me and my husband currently. I do the grooms and he's my bather. So we really enjoy working together.
Awesome. Another way, to connect with the loved ones, you get the extra time together. That's great. So,
Absolutely.
what we'll begin with is just, well, first off is looking back at some of your numbers, which are impressive. You guys have done really good for filling up your schedule and, increasing income and new clients. One of the biggest numbers that kind of stood out to me was your average new clients from a few months before we began working together was about 17 new clients per month. And then after your first month in the program, which is Marketing Accelerator program with us, you hit 35, which is a little bit over double. So that's pretty incredible. I just wanted to say, great job. I remember when that month was happening, you were really like swinging and doing everything that I, suggested and put in front of you, and the results speak for themselves. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. We're really excited about the growth that happened just right off the bat because starting the program, it's always scary, like jumping into something new. And I didn't know you that well, but I
Yeah.
kind of took a leap of faith, and it definitely has paid off more than I could have ever imagined. I'm so excited. A lot of things have changed in our business in a short period of time, and just seeing that is just priceless. We're so thrilled.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been wonderful. So, I mean, do you remember, why or how we first connected?
So I think definitely Facebook. I can't remember if you added me or vice versa. I know we
Sure.
had a few mutual friends from the dog show community.
Hmm.
So I'm sure whoever added who, that was why we had a few people in common, and going through and doing the friend requests
Sure.
definitely paid off. So
Yeah, for sure. So, where were things with the business before we started working together?
before we started with you, everything was pretty unpredictable, I would say
Okay.
is the best way to describe it. We had enough to keep us working, 2 to 3 days a week if we were lucky. I had tried all the different things. I was doing Facebook ads. I was running around to all the local places and trying to connect with, the other dog industry pros. And
Sure.
I felt like I was running myself ragged and not getting results. So I wanted to try something different. I was really uncomfortable. We weren't making much to be able to pay ourselves. We were kind of keeping the lights on, and that was
Right.
that was all we could do.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that's good information as far as, how were things before unpredictable. Some months, pretty good, some months not so much, but it does, put a lot of weight on your shoulders when you're not sure what to expect from the coming months, right? And it's just a, an unnecessary part of stress that isn't necessarily positive. So, you know, good job, being willing to take a leap of faith and try some different things to see if you could get some different results. What I'll get into next is, what are things like in the business right now, would you say?
So right now we're booking out a couple weeks in advance. I think right now my next opening's not till maybe mid-June, which is definitely good in the grooming world.
Yeah, for
Good
sure.
problem to have.
So then how many days per week are you guys working now? Because before you said usually about, 3 days worth of work, and what are you guys doing now?
Uh, and those 3 days were not even full days. Those were, 3, 4 dogs a day.
Okay.
Now we are, if that helps.
Yeah.
Um, Now we're working like full scheduled days. We prefer to work 4 days a week instead of 5. So we're at our happy point 4 days a week and working 8-hour days.
Okay. So you transitioned to 4 full days per week. Awesome. Okay, so then were, there any unexpected benefits from the course that you took with me or that you didn't anticipate, or were there any big takeaways that you think, might be worth sharing?
Yeah, definitely. Um, One of the biggest things that I guess surprised me, and I knew you would be helping with the marketing, obviously, but the awareness that your program brought as far as keeping up with numbers and just actually knowing what's going on in the business
Mm,
is so impressive to me. I've created a lot better habits, I feel like. The last few weeks have been a little off with our vacation, and
yeah,
I'm
for sure.
genuinely, normally after vacation, I'm like, okay, nobody wants to go back to work after that. I'm so ready for Monday because I'm ready to get back into my routine that you taught us. I'm ready to, get the ball rolling again. I feel terrible that we, got off track, but I'm ready. I'm just ready to get back to it. And just the habits I've been able to form through this program have
Mm.
helped me, like, kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say, just gather all those little thoughts that you have as a business owner and create some structure. And that's exactly what we needed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's great because we can feel pulled in so many different directions that, it's like, where do you even begin? And what I really try to instill, in business owners is like, well, let's get all this stuff down, but let's strategically pick which ones are going to have the highest likelihood of getting us to where we want to go. So obviously understanding your goals and what you want, makes it easier to apply all these things that we have ideas about and creativity and be like, well, where should we start or what is going to benefit us? So, I mean, that's excellent. And the other thing that it sounded like to me is with that, those structured habits came a lot more predictable business and sales and work, unless I misunderstood.
No, that's exactly right. Going into it, I knew that you would help get people in the door, and that was our goal. But I just never imagined like where I would be myself as a business owner, knowing what's going on. That is just, I thought I had it together
Sure.
before, and now I just have a better understanding, and that's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of like a health check almost, the way that we're constantly keeping a pulse on the business with looking at numbers and how many clients we're getting and how many are new and how are they booking and what are the sales and all these kinds of things. It's just that data is fact. And sometimes my feelings don't reflect what is exactly happening in my business. So sometimes it's really reassuring. You're like, oh, we're actually ahead of schedule. I thought we were way behind. We're doing good, great. And other times it's awakening, being like, hey, newsflash, you're not on track. How can we get back on track? Instead of, commonly people come on the other side of the month and it's the start of the new month and be like, oh, what happened last month? Like we didn't make any money and being surprised by it. And it's like, that's the last thing. I don't want you to be, reactive. I want you to be proactive and make sure we can do our best to get you where you want to go. So you've done that. You've taken the bull by the horns, so to speak, and done a great job with it. So, continue that. It's great.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
And that's part of the thing that I don't necessarily share a lot is I really want to help business owners instill habits that will provide them support and structure and results in the future, long after, we've worked together. So I'm glad that, those are things that you've adopted. So anyway, so last thing, if someone was on the fence about, considering, even chatting with me about, my marketing accelerator, was there anything that you feel like you might be able to share with them?
Yeah, absolutely. I guess I would say if you're on the fence, do what I did. Trust your gut. Um, take a leap of faith. At the beginning of the program, our biggest roadblock was definitely committing to the financial aspect of things. As such a small business owner, and an individual,
Right.
not a full blown company, it it seemed like a lot at first, and it once we talked through that a little bit and you showed me what the numbers would be like and that it would pay off, I trusted you. I let that lead me, I guess.
Right.
And fortunately it did pay off. I was a little nervous at first. I was skeptical, you never know going into this kind of thing, but I've taken what I've learned from this, and I'm excited to learn more moving forward. But I've taken what I've learned and just it's paid off tremendously. We're in a much better spot a lot sooner than I ever expected to be.
Well, for sure. And the benefit too is it like continues to pay off moving forward if you just maintain the same habits. So like the
Yes,
return on investments every month, and that's an interesting thing. I'll just kind of have a quick little side tangent about is in my personal experience as well, the biggest moves I've made in business that had the most impact for me and my team, et cetera, were ones when I took a leap of faith. And it was like I could have made, there was 1,000 reasons I could have said why I couldn't do it or I'm unable to do it now or whatever. And I remember exactly being in a very similar position as you, being like, I don't know how I'm going to bankroll this course. And then I'm just like, I have to figure it out. I have no choice. I know where I'm leading right now and where I'm headed. And I don't want to take that amount of time to get there. Like if I can short circuit this and we can get there faster, I will figure out a way for the finances. And that's what I did. And when I took that leap, it was like the universe, I don't know, whatever you want to believe in, was like, all right, go ahead. And then in a calendar year, I doubled my business. And I was like, what the heck? Like looking back, right? Like, wow, that was a very pivotal point that I could have easily found a reason why I couldn't do it. There's tons of reasons, right? But it's just like choosing
absolutely.
one reason to do it. And I think that's maybe what you guys did. And the one reason I'm not sure what it was, but uh, you know, good work.
It was the I think it mainly led to the whole like doing the same thing over and over again, not getting the result we wanted. So I was like, all right, it's time to try something different. Like, let's, see where this goes.
Yeah, for sure. So the redundancy and being like, I can predict where we're going, and we're gonna have 3 days of somewhat full grooming. But hey, can we do that differently? Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. I appreciate the time you took with me today and chatting about this. So, cheers to your continued progress, and you've earned every piece of it by showing up and doing the work. Honestly, you're an ideal person to work alongside. So I appreciate your commitment.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome.